Hi, Armoured Pants here, and I have another video for you on premium tanks. This is the Tier 5 tank destroyer, the Russian Su-85I, and we have a complete guide. And as always, we will look at the tech spec first using blitzhanger.com. Now, for a premium tank, we always are interested in the credit coefficient, what credits it will earn for you, and it has 147.8% credit coefficient, so we'll earn some credits for you, although it's just average for a premium tank, I have to say. Now this tank is unusual looking tank, and that's because it's a hybrid. It's basically was an idea to use captured chassis from German Panzer IIIs and to mount an 85mm Russian gun on it, which is why it looks so awkward, and also perhaps why the tank gun handling is a dog. It is horrendous. You will miss shots like this all day long in this thing. I have had shots pass seemingly through the enemy without doing damage. I've missed shots at point blank range. Some of that may be down to me not being a fantastic player, I don't know, but it just seems to be a dog of a thing to handle. That said, the 85mm gun is good, it has lots of pen, has good muzzle velocity, so if you do manage to pen, you will do nice damage. The tank is fast as well. It does 50 kilometers an hour, but that's because of the Panzer III chassis. It's also fast backwards, 14 kilometers an hour. But if we look at the armor profile, the tank has no armor. It will be penned by everything. And it is quite a tall tank, and this cupola sticks out very badly. It's easy to hit and pen as well. Your external modules, your tracks essentially, are on the outside and can be damaged easily, so you run 2 repair kits. You don't need the engine accelerator because the tank is fast as it is. As I said, virtually no armor, easily penned. You may get some bounces, but if you do, it's down to luck. It is not down to the tank itself or its armor profile. As you can see, front on, even against tier 4s, they can pen you. Tier 5s, tier 6, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, they're going to pen you all day long. The tank is also prone to being ammo racked. If you don't know what that is, it means that an enemy shell hits you on the armor outside, behind which you have your ammunition stored. It goes through, detonates the ammunition in your tank, and explodes your tank from inside out. Death very quickly, very easily, and you can be one-shotted in this thing. So you need to be aware of that if you're going outside on any occasion. It does have fast traverse speed, so if you're caught out in the open, it will traverse quickly and it will give you a chance in a brawl. But usually you do not want to be caught out in the open in a tank like this. Your ideal battle is to fight unseen from the back and pump in damage into the enemy. By the way, if you have not watched the beginner's guide to tank destroyer play that I have on channel, please do, because it's really important that you get those basics if you want to play a tank destroyer well, because it plays very differently to all other tank types. Now in this game here I get a mastery badge, but I lose the game, and we lose the game for a very silly reason, which I will show you later on. And there's a lesson in this to be learned for new players too, and I'll point that out, so please take it on. Now because I have no armor, there is no point in me pushing towards base C here, because there's nothing I can do there and I will just get smashed. So I decide to go, and because I'm fast and I know the tank's strengths, I decide to go and support my medium and light tanks that are pushing out onto the flank towards A. So they spotted them up. I tried to put a snapshot in there. I have a 6-second reload, so I have a very fast reload, which means I can afford to waste a shot because I know I'm going to be reloaded very quickly. I'm trying to see if those reds are moving back to the tracks to go back towards B or A. Can't see them. We've lost spotting, but we've captured A, so I'm going to push forward along the tracks, see if anything pops up, see if I can get a shot off. And actually it does pay off, because the Panzer IV is moving up and he's trying to get out of there, and I see him, I track him, and then I get a nice shot right into the side of him. The deflection shooting there, which we cover in the beginner's guide to tank destroyers. If you're not sure what deflection shooting is, you need to know what it is, especially playing with tank destroyers, because you will be shooting a lot from distance. So please look at the guide and catch up with what deflection shooting is. Now, I come up here and we are behind the enemy now, so I'm going to see if we can get some shots in, and I'm hoping I'm going to do classic tank destroyer play here. I snap one off again. I knew I probably wouldn't hit him, but again with my fast reload I don't mind wasting a shot. Now all the enemy are spawning up. I put a nice round into the chaffy there as he moves by, and this is kind of the tank destroyer play that you want to do, right? I want to be firing from distance into the enemy, farming some damage, not exposing myself, not going front line. And my team are not really doing any damage when they've pushed up, but they are certainly spotting up the enemy for me. And you can see another round into the MT25. He's down to 1 shot, Chappie's down to 2 shots. Fluff that. This is what I mean about the gun handling in this tank. You just get shots like that for no apparent reason just miss, or actually that should have hit him but didn't go through. This one does go through. As you can see, when it hits it does nice damage. It has good pen. Now this is uou'll 44. I'm not worried about penning him with normal AP rounds because he's not upgraded rather. So that is a stock uou'll. That means that he hasn't used XP or gold to upgrade the tank, and that's why it's so easy to pen. If that was a fully upgraded uou'll, it would be far more difficult to pen. I'm going to put another round into the KV2 before he backs off. Track them as well, so that hopefully my allies can get a shot in, and they do. That's the benefit of tracking. I'm going to put another round at him. Now he's down to 1 shot, which is great. So the KV2 is 1 shot and the Chappie is 1 shot. Missed that, as you can see, hit the side of the building. So I still have pretty good hit points. I've almost got over 550 hit points out of 715, so I've only gotten 1 hit out of all that damage I put in, which is almost 2k now. Now I decide to move forward, because if I sit here I'm going to get picked off. And we're down to 3v5 now, so I decide I need to move. I need to start doing some damage. That Chaffee is not going to give me a shot. He knows I'm here, so I need to move. So off I go. So I'm going to try to take it to KV2 first. Bam, nice clearing shot on him. Then you can see how fast the tank is, and I'm able to move from taking it to KV to take on the Chaffee. And watch when I come around the corner, watch the traverse speed of the tank, watch how fast it is. Traverse, 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 bam, take him out before he gets a shot on me, and the Chaffee's a very mobile tank. So that went really well. Now this T-3485, he's the reason we lose the game, and you're going to see why now in a second. The enemy now has 2 bases, and they are ahead of us on points. Now we're going to clear this AT. I fluffed a shot here, and I thought he was side on, but he moved. I bounced that shot from him, and I'm going to put one into the couple here, but the T-3485 clears him. Now we need to capture the bases, not the bases that we don't capture. We need to get A and C. So here's the lesson. Please think about what you need to do to win a game. Thinking, it wins games. Don't just run around like a headless chicken. Watch the chat, because if you don't know what to do, if you're inexperienced or a new player, and that's quite okay if you don't know what to do, nobody's born with the knowledge. Watch the chat, because somebody may tell you. If you ignore good advice, which I give, by the way, as you'll see in the next clip when we return to the game, you will never improve and never learn why you've lost games. Thinking, listening to advice, and watching the experienced players is the difference between winning and losing games. Nobody's expecting you to be the perfect player straight off, but just watch and learn. Now, what I do here is, I'm going to A, I'm fast, so I say get C. If he goes into C now, and he's right beside C by the way, that stops, once he starts to capture it, stops the points going to the enemy. And I would have arrived in this base here, A, probably at around 950, 960, maybe even 970, and we would have won the game, because then the Stug is forced to come out, because they would lose on points, because once we take those 2 bases from him, he's not getting any more points, so he has to do something, and we would have won the game. But because the T-3485 decided not to read the chat, or not to do what I asked him, or whatever his reasoning was, we lost that game, a game we should have won. Now for me, I still got my mastery badge, but for him, it affects his win rating, etc., and he loses, and he also doesn't really perhaps even understand why he lost. Now this is a classic TD, displays key aspects of the vehicle type: no armour, no turret, but pretty quick and a good gun. It's fast, agile and mobile, and has good traverse, as you saw when it came around the corner on the Chaffee. Got my shot off before he had a chance to aim and fire, but it really has no armour, and if you bounce any shots, it's just luck. It's pure luck. So just take them as a bonus and put them in just cash in the bank. It has an awful gun. It is dreadful gun handling on it. I really don't like it at all. Shots go all over the place. You get phantom shots, ghost shots, shells that should go through, like in the MT25, and don't. But to compensate for that a little bit, it has very good reload. It's just approximately 6 seconds, which is great. So if you miss a shot, it's not a total disaster. You'll have another one ready to go in 6 seconds. It is just an average TD. I believe it's inferior. Certainly, it's my opinion, it's inferior to the Su-85, the Tech Line Tier 5 Russian TD. I don't think it's as good a tank, but for 2,300 gold, it's not that expensive. And it has, as I said, almost 150% credit coefficient. And if you like playing TDs and love the Su-85, then get it, because it gives you some variety. But if not, then avoid it. And again, please, I need to emphasize, watch the Tank Destroyer guide on channel, because it has all the essentials of playing this type of tank, which is very different to playing other types of tanks. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Cheers, mush. Pants out.